This is one of Cluny the Scourge's videos, and today I'm going to talk to you about death. My death, to be precise. That's right, I hate you so much wherever you are in your smug, cheery little central heated computer room, I'm going to kill myself rather than have to talk to you for much longer. And you get to watch, you lucky soon-to-be traumatized spectator you. I hope you never recover from the mental scars. The game is Penumbra, a first-person adventure game in 3 episodes. An excellent piece if you're an adventure games fan like myself, but what I'm going to discuss here is just one puzzle, the one that pleased me the most for the elegance of the concept behind it. Here's the setup. At this stage, events are taking place in a kind of telepathically generated hallucination of some ancient ruins on the homeworld of an alien hive mind. It seems that when alien hive minds aren't trying to assimilate you or feed off your brain waves, they test your worthiness to go on to the next level in video games. So, we have a stone door. It opens when you step on a panel on the floor. And over there is a rock that seems conspicuously cut to about the same size as the panel. Okay, straightforward so far. We move on, and suddenly we hear a rush of footsteps and a scream up ahead. We are informed, this is so strange, it feels like a part of me died. Step around the corner and we see another room, empty. Examine the room and the game reports, I've been in here, haven't I? It feels like I was just here, running, trying to get away. So, we turn the corner again and find a dead guy. He triggered an incendiary booby trap and got what you might call the full Buddhist martyr treatment. With the trap thus disabled by this convenient meat shield, barbecued meat now, I can proceed through the rest of the test and get my teacher's gold star. You look terrible, mate. Probably smells good though, like pork fat hissing in the pan. Anyone else suddenly feel hungry? Crispy fried lab coat guy, McNugget style. Ordered in boxes of 6, 9 or 20. Well, it's all very sad, but fools were made to be used as stepping stones for greater men. So a little hop and over I go to glory. Or to more doors to be opened. Oh well. Every ruined alien city needs a really badass dark energy tower in the distance to complete the aesthetic. I discover that the last door can only be triggered by an electronic palm reader. Presumably my hand will satisfy. It is the hand of Cluny, after all. Or perhaps not. Access denied. Rejected. Women, employers, friends, and now by bloody doors as well. So I got burned to death too. Well, the other guy had been. I figured it was the latest fad and all the cool kids were doing it. Now the voice of the hive mind speaks.
Though I am one, my number is infinite. Through this, I see the needs of the many outweigh the life of just one.
I have been, and always shall be, your friend, Captain Kirk. Well, looks like we get a resit on this examination. Pencils out, no talking. Except for me, obviously. I do all the talking. Scotty's just beaming me in. He needs to boost the gain on the energizing coils. Okay, so let's explore. First job is to raise this slab. The aliens who once lived in this city apparently lugged half-ton chunks of masonry about to use as door keys. Now that's how to intimidate lesser species. Price of admission is a hernia, but we're in. In the first room is another panel. Put weight on it and you are told another door has closed elsewhere. There is only one other door I've seen that's open, The one the dead guy burst out of, like Fiver startled by an apocalyptic vision of rabbit pie. I step off it, and it opens again. There's a lever, which starts a timer ticking. When the block is removed from the panel outside, the door remains open for the duration of this timer. Now let's take a gander at the other room. Another panel. Stepping on it triggers the door, sealing myself in. No help there. Or is there? It actually took me a fair while to figure this one out. I could perceive that stepping on the platform in the first chamber was closing the door in the second one, but what the point of that was, when I wasn't even in there, just didn't filter through my head. The solution to the puzzle here may be familiar to you on a primal level, for it is the only solution the universe has to offer to the conundrum of life itself. I speak, of course, of death. The object of this test is to see if you can impress the alien hive mind by thinking like it, mimicking its values. That is, to think collectively, readily dispensing with any one of the hive mind's parts for the greater good. In the wise words of history's most noted psychopathic mass murderer, Joseph Stalin, death solves everything. No man, no problem. Using death as a problem-solving mechanism is a clever, elegant idea. As I played the game, I was put in mind of a couple of others I've played that did something very similar.
Feels like I've been strained through someone's bowels.
Planescape Torment, one of the best RPGs ever made, featured an immortal protagonist who could die and be resurrected over and over again.
How many times must this fool die?
There was a puzzle in one particular stage of the game where you could only navigate through an underground tomb by walking into a series of death traps that would transport your corpse elsewhere in the area. In the adventure genre, I was put in mind of Trilby's Notes, the third episode in Yahtzee's So Mythos freeware adventure game. Here the hero, Trilby, is stabbed, and his suffering is offered as a ritual sacrifice to summon the servant of the god of pain by a mad cultist, which is the sort of thing that seems to happen to people when they take it on themselves to go around solving mysteries in isolated rural locations. In the words of the villain, men like Trilby die on their own terms. If you just allow events to unfold, the tall man arrives, and bad things ensue. The way to solve the puzzle is to will yourself to die, letting the loss of blood stop your heart, and preventing the ritual from being completed. The So Mythos is well worth playing, by the way, if you think you'd appreciate a retro adventure feel. I paid for the downloadable content skins on my copy of Killing Floor, so I could use the machete and look like the Defoe Manor killer while I was murdering the zombs. So how does Penumbra execute this concept? Continue to the second and last part of the video to see what I'm going on about.